Deep within the enchanted realm of fairyland, where golden dust shimmered in the air and ancient trees whispered secrets of magic, there existed a hidden truth, one that no mortal or fairy had ever known. Lyra, the legendary tooth fairy, harbored a secret that even the elders of fairyland were unaware of. She had a son. His name was Xiron, a boy born of both fairy and celestial magic, making him unlike any creature in existence. Unlike the fairies, he didn't possess delicate wings or a small frame. He was tall, strong, and radiated an aura that felt both powerful and mysterious. His father, a celestial guardian from the cosmos, had vanished before he was born, leaving Lyra to raise the boy alone in secrecy. Fearing that fairyland's rulers would not accept him, Lyra hid Xiron in the Silverwood forest, where the trees concealed him from those who might wish to harm him. The boy grew up surrounded by mystical creatures, the wise phoenix, the playful moon sprites, and the talking wolves of the midnight glade. Though he was protected, Xiron always felt different. He sensed an untapped force within him, something greater than fairy magic. One fateful evening, as he stared at the glowing night sky, an elderly fairy named Eldrin the Ancient visited him. With eyes filled with knowledge and a voice like the wind through old leaves, Eldrin spoke, "The time has come for you to know the truth, young one. You are not meant to live in hiding. Your destiny is far greater than you can imagine." Xiron's heart pounded as the old fairy waved his hand, revealing a vision in the air, images of destruction, of dark forces rising in the human world. A shadowy figure, cloaked in black mist, loomed over cities, draining the dreams and hopes of children. The villain's name was Noctar, the dream devourer, an ancient entity that fed on the innocence of youth, growing stronger with each stolen dream. Eldrin's voice turned grave. "You are the only one who can stop him. Your blood carries celestial strength and fairy magic. You are meant to be the protector of both worlds. You are meant to be a superhero." Xiron felt the weight of destiny pressing upon him, but doubt clouded his heart. He had never tested his abilities, never fought a battle, and never even left Silverwood Forest. How could he fight an enemy so powerful that even fairyland trembled in fear? Sensing his hesitation, Eldrin led Xiron to the celestial pool, a legendary body of water that reflected not one's appearance, but one's true potential. As Xiron peered into its depths, he saw himself not as a mere boy, but as a warrior of light. His hands pulsed with energy, his eyes glowed with celestial fire, and wings of radiant silver burst from his back. At that moment, power surged through his veins. The magic within him awakened, and his body transformed. His once ordinary hands crackled with blue lightning, his senses sharpened, and he could hear the whispers of the stars above. The celestial pool had revealed his true form, a guardian born of both fairy and cosmic energy. Eldrin smiled. "Now, you must train. You must learn to harness your abilities before you face Noctar." For months, Xiron underwent rigorous training under the watchful eyes of fairyland's greatest warriors. The blade fairies of Everthorn taught him the art of combat, wielding enchanted weapons that shimmered like moonlight. The shadow sprites helped him master stealth and speed, allowing him to move unseen. The storm elementals trained him to control the celestial lightning that flowed through his veins. But his greatest lesson came from his mother, Lyra. She took him to the Valley of Lost Souls, where ancient fairies who had succumbed to darkness whispered warnings in the wind. She placed her hands on his shoulders and said, "Strength alone does not make a hero. You must have the heart to protect, even when the world doubts you." With her words in his heart, Xiron was finally ready. Meanwhile, in the human world, Noctar's influence was growing stronger. The villain thrived in the realm of nightmares, creeping into children's minds, feeding off their fears, and turning their dreams into endless voids of darkness. His power had become so immense that even the most innocent of children no longer believed in magic. Without dreams, fairyland's magic weakened. The stars dimmed, and the fairies found their powers fading. If Noctar was not stopped, both worlds would crumble into despair. One night, as Xiron stood at the edge of fairyland, he heard the cries of children from beyond the veil separating their worlds. The time for battle had come. With a deep breath, he spread his glowing silver wings and leapt into the human world. As he arrived in the city, he saw the effects of Noctar's reign. The streets were lifeless, the sky was covered in thick clouds, and the laughter of children had vanished. His heart burned with fury. Then, he saw him. Noctar stood atop a skyscraper, his form swirling like living shadows, his eyes glowing with hunger. "So, the hidden heir of fairyland has come," he sneered. "You are too late, child. The world belongs to fear now." Xiron clenched his fists. Not while I still stand. The battle that followed shook the heavens. Lightning clashed with darkness as Xiren and Noctar fought through the skies. Each blow sent shockwaves rippling through the city. Noctar lashed out with tendrils of shadow, trying to consume Xiren's light, but the young warrior countered with bursts of celestial fire. But Noctar was stronger than Xiren had anticipated. The villain's power had been feeding on the fear of millions, making him nearly invincible. He grabbed Xiren and hurled him through a building, sending him crashing into the streets below. Bruised and weakened, Xiren struggled to rise. Noctar loomed over him. You cannot win, fairy boy. The world has given up on hope. Xiren's mind raced. Then, he remembered his mother's words, strength alone does not make a hero. Instead of fighting Noctar's darkness with power, he closed his eyes and reached out to the children's dreams. He called upon every child who still believed in magic, in fairies, in hope. One by one, their dreams rekindled. Lights flickered in windows. Stars shone brighter. The laughter of children echoed once more. Noctar screamed as his power began to fade. Xiren rose, glowing like a celestial sun, and with one final strike, he unleashed the light of belief, shattering Noctar into nothingness. As the dawn broke, Fairyland's magic was restored, and the human world was filled with hope again. Xiren had won, but his journey was only beginning. He was no longer just the son of the Tooth Fairy. He was a guardian, a protector, a superhero. With his silver wings spread wide, he looked to the horizon, knowing that as long as there were dreams to protect, his mission would never end. And so, the legend of Xiren, the Dream Guardian, was born.